Now in this final module you'll learn about optimization, how to go about optimizing your landing page and how to go about optimizing your campaign. Um, Basically it's just really kind of a highlight of the best practices that you need to go ahead and do, because a lot of the times when you're starting online you might be pausing campaigns that could be winners, and this is because you haven't tested enough things, whether it be on the landing page or whether it be within your marketing campaign. So this website here is called Aereo. What they do is TV streaming online, or show movies similar to Netflix. Um, However, these guys are new into the market, so they're basically still buying data. Now, when you start online, or when you start any kind of marketing campaign, all you're doing really is buying data for the first 7 days to 2 weeks. Sometimes in different markets or really hyper competitive markets such as fitness, weight loss, make money, business opportunity, of course. You're gonna really be buying data for a lot longer than 2 weeks. Sometimes people have been known to buy data for up to 3 to 6 months, just to find out what is working and go forward. Now, to elaborate on that example, this company Aereo, they're obviously in the same marketplace as Netflix. Now, if I was to refresh the page, obviously you can see this background here. If I was to refresh the page, okay, not there, but if I was to refresh it again, you'll see the background would have changed. Do it one more time. Okay, do you see now? So the background's just changed. Now obviously they're split testing what is working and what isn't working for the background example. Now of course if you was to look at any type of other information on their landing page, you'll start to realize that okay, they're split testing what other areas are working for them. Now this is a massive company in this space, and obviously it just goes to show that you can never stop testing, no matter what size you are. You could be a small affiliate marketer like yourself, or just getting into online marketing, or you could be a massive company such as Aereo. Now, if we go to Netflix, this has been their landing page for some time now, especially in the UK. I'm not too sure if this is the same in the US market. Now, it's a case of where over a number of months, maybe years, they've gone out and they've found out what works best for them. Do they get much more people to convert into paying customers with all of the information on their landing page? As you can see, as here you see the family, they're watching the TV. Obviously it shows that they're all happy here. Obviously they're engaged within the TV, the programs that Netflix provides, and that's really what they want their end user to have, that kind of feeling of satisfaction when they purchase their product. Now obviously they've put watch TV programs and films anytime, anywhere. They've obviously tested that headline. They could have put something like stream TV episodes, or stream your favorite TV episodes and movies online, and then just left it at that. But they felt that over the course of time this headline works best. What they've also done here, by putting only $5.99 a month, what they're doing is really they're pre-qualifying their customer. So even though it has a big yellow circle kind of badge style here which says 1 month free trial, by putting in only $5.99 a month, they're really allowing you to know that okay, if you like our service, after 30 days with your trial, when your trial ends, sorry, you now have to pay $5.99. Now that's very important, because you need to realize that they are paying some way or somehow for this customer, and that's what you need to really understand when you're creating your landing pages. How can you get the visitor that's come to your website to take the action that you want them to on the next page, or when you forward them or send them onto the offer landing page? You need to really tell the customer what to do, or what will they be getting at the end, or if obviously in Netflix example, how much they'll need to pay to stay and continue getting the content that they're getting. So that's very important to understand that. So really you want to test a number of different things, your headline being one, such as here. If they had a sub headline, which they don't, you would want to test that. These are primary things. Your image, they've got like a background image style, but if you're just starting out you may not have this. You might just have really just a caption on the left hand side, or caption of the right hand side. This could be either of the product or of somebody you know, going to use the product, or anything similar to that. So that's, you know, how your image would be. Your call to action button, it would need to be big. This is really good size here, and it says on the button, start your free month. Now that obviously lets them know what they're getting when they click that button. A lot of the times people might put generic click here, but that's just not enough. You might want to tell the person what they're getting. So you could say, for instance, okay, you could say on this button here, for this example, you could say start your 30-day free trial, no credit card required, on that button. So that could be something which you could put on the button. So that's just another example. There's a number of other things you would want to test apart from your headline, your sub-headline, your image. You might want to test your text size. You might want to test your text color. They could have really a review down here of happy customers what use their system. So that's something very important. If they had testimonials of people that's used their product and maybe given star rating, that would now engage people to feel okay to go ahead to use their product. So there's a number of things what you want to do on your landing page to test before you say that your campaign is not working. A lot of the times it might only increase your click-through rate to the offer which you're promoting by 0.5%, where if every part of your website increases by 0.5%, you're now getting much more people to the offer, therefore getting a better ROI, or at least getting closer to break even. Because when you start a campaign, you're always going to start off the campaign in negative ROI, and that's just from the off. Okay, sometimes you might be lucky and get out a campaign from the start and it goes ahead and it starts to be a winner from maybe day 1, day 2, but very unlikely. So you need to understand from the start what you're doing is you're just really buying data, and then over the course of, you know, maybe 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, 14 days, up to 21 days really is what you really want to be trying to get to, try to get break even, or try to get an ROI within that 21 kind of day kind of range. As far as you getting closer to your ROI, if you're doing well within the first week, 2 weeks, you can easily just ask your affiliate manager at your CPA network to give you like an increase. A lot of the times you can get an increase in payment from anything from 10 to 15% without kind of pushing really. Of course you can get much more if you start driving traffic and your leads are of quality, and that's why it's important that your landing page represents that, because obviously your leads will be of quality if you're pre-qualifying them before they get to the offer. So then obviously, you know, then they can obviously kind of initiate a better increase to your payment. The last thing is, when you're using Bing to drive traffic, you want to use query reports. Now this is obviously your within your account, so it's probably something that you may want to discuss with your account manager on Bing, or give them a call. But this is going to tell you really what the keywords that you're clicking are. So sometimes you might have a campaign which shows it's a broad keyword, for instance, and a lot of the times, even though it's shown for broad, that you've got the click from a broad match type, you're really getting an exact click through. So it might say, for instance, watch TV online as broad. However, when you've got the click through and you've checked your keyword query report, you've really got information come through on an exact search. So it's important that you understand this and how to go about optimizing that area. Next thing is optimizing via keyword level. Many people optimize their Bing accounts by ad group level. You don't want to do it that way. You want to optimize your campaign via keyword level. This is very important because, especially how I've told you how to set it up in the previous module, because what it really is your keywords overranks your ad group level. So the only time you want to make any changes in the ad group level is if you want to go ahead and put a negative keyword within it. So you might have negative keywords on your campaigns, but you're also going to have sometimes negative keywords on your ad group level. You want to do all of the changes, such as your bid price, and obviously finding out what keywords are working for you. And if you find out certain keywords are working from a broad match type, and you now want to enter them into exact or phrase match type as new keywords into your accounts, you now want to realize and find out how to go about doing that and uploading them into your account. So that's really the best thing what I can say in that area. I hope that makes sense. Lastly is, once you start getting a campaign working well for you in Bing, you now want to find out if you can get much more traffic. So once this, of course, before you go ahead and do this, you must be in an ROI before. So once you've got to the 21 days and you're now in profit, or you've got a positive ROI, you now want to start to, you know, go ahead and go into your account and try to raise your bid amount. The bid amount, I never thought it was that important, but in my experience, when I've raised the bid to the top level, such as something, you know, like $1,000 a day or $10,000 a day, it's not so much you're going to spend that amount, it just indicates to Bing that you're willing to spend that amount. So your competition might be willing to only spend $100 a day or $500 a day, or even in some circumstances $1,000 a day. However, the fact that your campaign has got a really good click-through rate, because obviously over time your click-through rate would be much more better, because obviously you would optimize your campaigns, you know, drop the keywords which are not working, drop the ads which are not working, and so forth. So what will start to happen now, you'll have a really good click-through rate. So by you increasing your daily budget, you're now indicating to Bing that, look, you are willing to spend as much as possible to now get that traffic, which a lot of the time your competitors will not have put so much as a daily budget. So what I've found is, when I've done that, I get a lot more traffic through than I normally would anyway. So it doesn't, I can't say 100% it works, but every time I've done it, I've noticed an increase in traffic. So it's something which you have to obviously test. But yeah, for sure it works for me, and I'll definitely pass it on as some form of information for you guys to test out. Apart from that, I think that's it for optimization. So yeah,